When you're giving feedback, how do you do that?
We are there to give the opinion and to give the vision from our expertise that we have. When I tell them, I always start from that this is very subjective of the things that I'm saying, and from my point of view is either working, not working, or I will do it better. It's on them to see it, is this feedback is going to be taken constructively or not.
The question on collaborations, is there too much?
For me, I'm a little collabed out. I'm not afraid to say it. What I'm going to turn the tables and say, we have a lot of chefs, global chefs come here. It's our turn to go out. And I think it's so much more important now because we are established as a culinary market. I want to send all of our chefs out.
The old age question between Michelin and street food. JKP soldiers, welcome back to the show. Can you believe this is the penultimate episode? Where has the time gone? Now, today we flipped the script. In this episode, I'm joined by two of Dubai's biggest foodie voices, Courtney Brandt and Olivera Saponjac. We're talking about foodie trends, social media, reviews, and how Time Out Market has become the beacon for the city's tastemakers. This one is honest, hilarious, and I have to say, it's great to hear their point of view from two people who celebrate all things food. Some great insights, so let's get to it. Time to rock and roll. Welcome to the Chef JKP Podcast, live with me, James Knight-Paccheco. Ladies and gents, thank you so much. So, please don't forget to follow, share, and subscribe to the podcast on YouTube and all podcast hosting platforms. At the same time, don't forget to follow us on the Chef JKP Podcast Instagram account and, of course, Time Out Market Dubai. Now, we have two incredible guests who have got they literally know everything there is to know about the food scene right here in Dubai. Now, I'm a bit scared, if I'm honest, to have them both on stage at the same time. It could be very volatile because there's lots of opinion flowing and all of that kind of stuff. So I'm here to navigate those incredible waves. So, without further ado, please welcome on stage the amazing Olivera Saponjac and Courtney Brandt. All right, so we're just going to get you settled in. We're going to get you settled in for this incredible chat. All right, so we're all in. So, Courtney, how are you?
I'm doing quite well. I had some nachos before I got on stage.
Oh.
Yes.
How was that?
Very good.
Okay, and Olivera, how are you feeling?
Excellent. Thank you so much for having us this lovely afternoon.
Oh, thank you very much. Now, we're going to discuss all things Dubai food scene, which is
Quite a lot.
incredibly huge, massive subject to discuss. Now, first of all, I'm going to start with you, Courtney. In your opinion, how does Time Out Market Dubai sort of fit in with the bigger story of the scene right here in Dubai?
Excellent question. And I was lucky enough, I came here before it was opened. This was back in 2022, 2021. I did a hard hat walkthrough, and to see what this space has done, it's so perfect because I get the question, where should I go? What should I do? And I am always recommending Time Out Market because it has the best of everybody. So we have Hatem and Reef, obviously two of our best, but maybe you don't want their cuisine. Maybe you want something a little more easy like Pitfire Pizza. So I think it speaks to the bigger offerings in the city. We have award-winning chefs across the board. There's something for everyone. It's not pretentious. Like I think sometimes Dubai maybe gets that, mentality, or people think that we are something we're not. And here, you can come with your family. I came with my nieces 2 months ago, and that's what I love the best. I think it speaks to there's something for everyone.
And Olivera, for you, again, you know what's going on in the heart of the city with all things happening, but how does this beautiful space how does it translate within the wider food scene?
You know, being in the center of the city and being the center of the homegrown brands, which are absolutely incredible, all of them that are under one roof, it really helps a lot of all of those silly decisions that you have when you have to go out with your friends, right? And then, oh, I want Chinese. Oh, no, I want Italian. Oh, I want a pizza. Oh, I want a burger, right? So for me, having this place in a city and having this beautiful setup, the space of design how it is to begin with, the view that it has, the location, accessibility, it really is a place to go to in all of those occasions when you don't know what you eat or you don't feel in the mood of eating something, but then you come in, you change your mood, you have an incredible food, and as Courtney mentioned, starting from Reef to Hatam to Calvin to the latest opening of the 3 by Eva, really amazing. Absolutely love it.
But then again, for you, Olivera, I want to understand what really excites you now, seeing so many different concepts within Dubai and the UAE. There's so much going on. How do you sort of, there's a lot to do, there's a lot to try, a lot of chefs coming on board, but how do you try and keep all of that under wraps and under control? Because it's quite tricky.
It is, to be honest, and it's a lot of the choices that we have, and it's a daily struggle for me personally as well, of where do I eat, where do I try, what new do I go to. But again, being beautifully designed that you have so many different restaurants with the different cuisines under one roof, and being in the heart of the city, which for tourists as well is a number one destination, right? If we go back into the numbers that in 2004, Dubai Mall and this area was the most visited place on earth. It tells you a lot, right? So all of them being very accessible from the airport, very accessible for everybody who is even here for a stopover, who is not spending a day in Dubai, for us who live here, for the residents, coming in here and doing the shopping at the same time while you're dining, while you're having catch-ups with your friends, while you're catching up on a meetings, or just by yourself trying and experiencing a new restaurant. I think it's just wonderful.
And Courtney, for yourself, you know all the chefs, you know all the restaurateurs and all the food writers. Now, I want to go to the food writers. What are they most excited about? Because when you get together, which I know you do with a secret club, which we can't mention, it's a bit like Fight Club, right? You don't talk about it. What do you guys see? What are the trends? What are the things that are coming in? What are the no-nos?
Another excellent question, James. It's always, to me, I think, and I've said this a lot recently, we are looking for chef-driven, chef-forward experiences. I want to see, when I go to see Chef Kelvin or Folly or whoever, it's almost like I don't want to look at the menu. I just want to see, oh, you've opened something new, Manao. Okay, cool, that's food I haven't tried from you yet. I would love to go do that. So I think we do have even chefs recently. Chef Tristan Farmer has come back. He was in town, and I realized you guys worked together a long time ago, as he told me. So that's somebody who was like, he was a local chef, now he's come back to us. So to me, I think the focus has been on and will continue to be on. We've now moved past like startup. We are now in chefs opening their second and third in Reef. I don't even know how many are in the portfolio. How do we keep supporting the local chefs? Because I think the time of the celebrity chef is good. They bring consumers and diners to town, and I love that. But to me, and for the real foodies, I think a place like Time Out Market really just encapsulates, this is what the local chefs are doing, and this is what you can experience.
So then the next question is for the both of you, and I'm not here to put you on the spot in any way, shape, or form. The old age question between Michelin and street food, okay? Now, across the world, Michelin has also recognized little vendors. Whether we agree or don't disagree, it is predominantly about the food that is being served to those guests. Would you like to see that here? Would you like to see the likes of Michelin, for example, award people who are maybe in this market or in other areas of the city that have got those sorts of street food? Olivera, for you.
Definitely, yes. And when you're looking into chefs and the way how they express their talent, not everything needs to be expressed through the fine dining way and the setup and the way of how you're preparing the food and the way the ingredients that you're picking, right? When you have the talent can be expressed with the small street eatery that is making a simple one product of a pizza, but it's the best pizza that you can have, right? So I do believe that in the past years that we have Michelin in town, we have actually seen the progress, and not even just the progress, how we say it, but the transition that there are so many restaurants being recognized right now who are coming from a casual to premium casual category that are being a part of the guides, that are being awarded with a star, with the BIM, and not necessarily all of them are going and heading towards the fine dining experiences. So I do believe in the next few years as well, the more as the homegrown scene is really getting very strong shape in the past years, we're going to see much more of these guys on the Michelin guide and the stars as well.
Courtney?
100%. We got a little upset, actually, I think it was 2 years ago, because the bibs were awarded in a separate ceremony. And that's not our city. That's not who we are. We want to see Stasha from 21 Grams. We were really, that's what I love, is it's such a big community that everybody does come together. And now we're back together, as it should be, because that's, to me, the Dubai community is that Chef Himanshu, who is, a 2 Michelin star from Tresson Studio, he wants to see and support the others in the room. And it really has been that way. Like, this is not, I'm not making up anything. We all want to see everyone together in one room. So it's vital. And then, again, it just goes to Dubai attracts all kinds of people. So there are people like me who like to spend a lot of money on a degustation. That's fine. That's great for me. However, I would love to let everyone know I can't dine that way every day. I want to see, I look at a neighborhood like JLT, so much talent there. And it's been so much talent for so long that sort of market, I want more recognition, because yes, we know that Michelin does give ROI. People look for it. They look in the guide. So yes, I want to see, somebody who can spend 50 dirhams up to and above. We go pretty high in this city. I don't know what the current highest experience is, but there should be something for everyone.
No, I agree. I mean, I think the other thing that we don't sort of take into consideration, or that we're very spoiled, is the amount of talent that's in this city. I mean, and it just grows and grows and grows, and it just becomes more exponential. But the other thing I wanted to sort of ask you both is the question on collaborations with chefs. Now, is there too much, number one? Should we have more? And at the same time, should those fine dining chefs actually do a little street food collab? Because I think that would be quite interesting.
I'm going to jump in. So right now, at this moment, I know this will air later, Carne Store is hosting a huge street food group at Al Circal. So that is happening in real time. Even maybe I'll go there after. So we do have these things. For me, I'm a little collabed out. I'm not afraid to say it. What I'm going to turn the tables and say, we have a lot of chefs, global chefs, come here. It's our turn to go out. So Reef, who is on the stage, he was in Tivoli, he was in Copenhagen last year. Yes, chef. And I think it's so much more important now, because we are established as a culinary market. Hatem obviously travels around with his food. I want to send all of our chefs out. I want us to be doing the collabs in other cities. It's wonderful to host guest chefs here, but I'm ready to see our talent go abroad.
So, Olivera, from your point of view, how then can we do that? How then can we get those global chefs to extend a hand and invite our talents to go across the world?
I think these collaborations that are happening throughout the years is actually a great beneficial way for the chefs from Dubai who haven't had the chance and opportunity to do the collaboration so far with these international names, right? And to answer your question, when the international chefs are coming in town and doing the collaborations, this is a great opportunity for the homegrown chefs to actually make that connection, make those arrangements, and actually be the ones who are going to be hosted by that chef in their restaurant abroad. So I have seen and I have witnessed quite a few of these very successful stories where the chef from Dubai will be give an opportunity to collaborate with international chefs that they not necessarily need to have any relationship with or to know, but there is a great setup that was provided for them, and they turn it into an incredible opportunity for themselves, where they really build the relationship, they build the trust with the chef, and they ended up going to their restaurants for the collaboration. So I think this is a great path further, and as much as we can to support that and to help, we are there to do that, because again, as I'm saying, it's just a matter of really seeking those opportunities, not being afraid of it, not being scared of it, going for it, giving it a go, giving it a try, meeting the chefs of the friends of anybody who comes into that restaurant, wherever you're going abroad, and just starting it from there.
At the same time, Olivera, when you go and dine and you visit different restaurants, do you see also a lot of copying of dishes or concepts here? And if so, why is that, do you think?
So, yes, I do see. And there is actually a term that I like to call it, that the menu is Dubai cuisine. And that not necessarily is a bad thing, because I think that throughout the year we have actually built that thing that is now world known as a Dubai cuisine, because again, being a mix between 200 nationalities that is living in this city and 200 different culinary cultures has actually blended Dubai cuisine into an amazing shape of what it is. Now, I do see that the concepts that are being opened are not necessarily always giving actually the chef the opportunity to speak up and to show their talent. It's more as what the owner sees and what they want to have as a restaurant. And I do believe this is something that needs some time and needs some work, because if you're bringing a chef in and you're bringing a talent that you're paying, and you're bringing somebody who his expertise is to create the menus, give them the opportunity to be creative, give them the opportunity to be bold and to create something new, to create something different, being it a dish or being it a whole menu, and give it a go. This is the way forward that I see as a trust between we don't want to call it either owners, investors of the restaurants, and between the chefs. And I think in the places where you have that relationship developed in a stronger way, this is where you see those incredible dishes that are being shaped and developed in Dubai, because all of the chefs that we know and we meet and we work with, they're incredible talent. And they're just hiding those talents, some of them in themselves, because they don't have opportunity to showcase it.
Now, Courtney, again, I'm going to go back to you when it comes to the food writing. What do you think, or can you tell us the top 3 things that restaurants get right when they're hiring people like yourself to come in for a meal, and the things that they get wrong, please?
Just did a whole lecture on this very recently. I think it's about knowing what you want from a visitor like me. I'm going to drop a term, KOL, key opinion leader. We have influencers, we have journalists, we have bloggers. We have a lot of talented writers in this city. They're on the other side that are reporting on this writing. So it's, do you want engagement? Do you want views? Do you want feedback? It's always what I want to ask people, because my engagement, not amazing, but my network, the best in the city, right? So what are you bringing me in for? Do you want me to give critical feedback? Because I'm happy to do that. Do you want me to kind of just get some really nice snaps of the amazing experience I have? I can do that too. So when restaurants come to me, and I'm always very flattered because I do have one-to-one relationships with a lot of the chefs, it's, you're sharing part of yourself there, right? So I don't take it lightly when I am invited, especially pre-launch or new menu. It's a time to be sensitive, yeah? So I think it's a two-way street, that when people like me come in, we need to know what we're being asked, what's being asked of us, and then at the same time, the restaurant needs to be clear, maybe a friend like Matt, how critical do you want us to be? Because we want you to be successful. That's the only thing that's driving me. As Lola pointed out, that it's a really busy city. There is a lot of choice here. How can we make you stand out? So when I come into your restaurant, use my expertise. I've been dining out multiple times a week for 9 years now. I know what is probably going to do well and what is not going to do well. So I think it's just use me to your advantage, because I want you to succeed.
Okay, then question for the both of you. As you know, chefs don't have any ego at all, right? So, they're not very sensitive.
Just receptive to all feedback at
Yeah,
all
they're
times.
not very sensitive at all when it comes to feedback. So, Olivera, when you're giving feedback to chefs who are not sensitive and don't have any ego, how do you do that?
Well, so the thing is, again, I always try to approach it through a very friendly way because, as Courtney said, we are there to give the opinion and to give the vision from our expertise that we have, right? So when I tell them, I always start from that this is very subjective of the things that I'm saying. And from my point of view, 1, 2, 3, 4 is either working, not working, or I will do it better. It's on them to see it. Is this feedback is going to be taken constructively or not? But from my side, I always try to deliver it in a very friendly way because, again, I'm somebody who doesn't know how to cook, right? So I'm the last person to come and to judge on if something can be done or how it can be done, right? But again, I have the experience of actually being to so many different restaurants, seeing the concepts, understanding the palate, understanding what works and what doesn't. And this is from the point of view where I give them and how I actually tell them. I'm not here to critique the food. I'm really here to give you my opinion that I really hope it can help you. Don't take it the hard way, right? It's not the whole point on it. But yeah, there were some funny situations, I have to say.
Hey, do tell. And Courtney, from your point of view, how do you also approach that subject?
A really good way to ask this is, have you considered? Have you considered adding a little more texture? Would you consider bringing up a little more salt into this? Maybe would you consider losing this element?
Right.
But I do think it's important, and it's a skill set that very, very few chefs have, is being open. I would say I only give feedback now if I'm invited to give feedback. So if a chef comes up to me, pulls up the seat and says, I want to hear what you have to say, I will give it to them.
Yeah,
if
be
they,
honest.
Correct. Most of the time they are not willing to have that conversation. And again, why did you invite me then? Because I want you to be your best. It is subjective at all times. But I think in dining out and dining out not only here, but also globally, some of the best places in the world, I want us to be there, right? So if I'm asking it, or, it is subjective though, and if I am saying, okay, for 11 courses, cut this, that's still for my decision to say that. Take it or leave it. I'm not telling you how to run your restaurant at all. I'm just saying, would you consider?
And this point of view, does it also run across all spectrums of different types of restaurants?
My opinion, yes.
I would agree.
Yeah, so it's not just about fine dining. It is about the street food. It is about fast casual, all of these sorts of places, right?
Again, then I get to visit the places that are actually telling me, okay, this is how we started. We started as a casual place, but we really want to work out and we want to be a fine dining restaurant. So there are ways, restaurants are having different approaches, right? They want to start as casual, but slowly but surely with the service, with the food, with the ingredients that they're using, they want to grow into the fine dining. And they're actually very curious. And these are the guys who are receiving the feedback and the opinion the best because they take it in a very constructive way of how they can do better and what is that next step that they want to reach, and they appreciate it. So yeah, they're both cases actually.
I'm curious to know from that question, is that more chef-led concepts or is that feedback directly from owners that you speak to, or both?
In my actually cases that I had is both.
But that's quite encouraging to know that at least the restaurant
Somebody's
owners,
listening.
right?
Yeah.
It's not just about the owner wanting to get the ROI within 3 minutes of opening,
No,
There are a lot of resources in town, and we're some of them. Again, you have to look at your P&L, and you have to all your budgets and see how you've looked at this and what your business model is and your plans. But sometimes it just takes a visit early on to go, maybe think about doing this. And we're here. That's some of the reasons we have. There are other people who do what I do and what others do, and you can just ask us, what would you do differently? It's a very open-ended question. Take it or leave it.
The other thing I wanted to ask, ladies, if I bring it back to Time Out Market Dubai, both of you know the talents of the city better than most people, I would say. How can we attract those homegrown talents to be in places like this?
Isn't there a waiting list? I mean, I assume getting in here, one of the things I've always loved is there is turnover in Time Out Market. I don't think that's a bad thing. I think it's okay to say, for whatever reason, this concept or this particular restaurant didn't work out the way we thought it would. And you know what? We're going to bring somebody just as good who is a different cuisine. That's the thing you will see here is that no one's stepping on anyone's toes. If I want to have, any number of cuisines I can think of from some of my favorite chefs, I can do that. So attracting people to me would be to say, you went 6 months ago? Oh, you don't know that 3 by Ava's open, or whatever it is, that there is always something new going on. It's also one of our very few, I think, family-friendly places. We need more of them, and I say this as a non-parent, that this is such a welcome space. And imagine you're a parent, you have kids under the age of whatever, maybe you're not going to get to do the fine dining all the time. Guess what? You can come here and you can have Chef Kelvin, you can have Reef, you can have the BB team. Like, all of that is here for you. And so I think it's just a different way to look at things, to say, okay, my date night was going to be this, but now it's this. Or I want to meet up with friends. I want to spend 600 dirhams on a meal. My friends, maybe not so much. Okay, in the middle, the compromise is Time Out Market.
Olivera, for you?
Yeah. Again, from the Time Out Market, it really depends what the restaurant is looking for, right? If you're looking for the volumes, if you're looking for the visibility, if you're looking to test something new, if you're looking into having a different menu that you're trying to see if it's going to be pushed and it's going to work, this is a place that, again, it has a huge volume. It has a volume of the residents, it has a volume of the tourists as well. And if you're smart as a restaurant to play with that data and to collect the data in a very constructive way, then you can actually see this as a great opportunity to test out whichever of these elements that I mentioned are there. And in the future, I would really love to see one Emirati restaurant to be in the place, because I strongly believe that Emirati cuisine is still very undiscovered. There is so many different conversations that we have about this. What is Emirati cuisine, and what is the perception of the Emirati cuisine, and why is it still not being so popular? But Emirati chefs who are doing Emirati cuisine, non-Emirati chefs, Dubai chefs who are doing Emirati cuisine, and I know quite a few that did a very great recipes of that. I think this is a great spot for them to come in, to try it out, and to create an amazing story starting from the Time Out Market. So I do believe that this is a great platform for the restaurants to really have it from the beginning, either as a test to see if it's going to go, to give yourself additional marketing, to give yourself additional visibility, to try something new, to try the different menus. And if this is understood very well by the restaurants, what this opportunity gives them, I'm sure that the waiting list that is going to be here for this place to have even better and more interesting, let's say, concepts that chefs want to put forward is really going to go.
So, ladies, we've come to the quick fire round. Now, Courtney, I'm going to start with you first. Favorite bite to eat in Time Out Market Dubai?
Garlic knots, Spitfire pizza.
Garlic knots.
Forever and always.
Yeah, I have to concur. Olivera?
It's not a bite, but it's my favorite thing. It's from Little June's, the noodles. I just love them.
Good shout, good shout. Sweet or salty, Courtney?
Salty.
Pickled or spicy, Olivera?
Pickled.
Pickled. Okay. If you were to describe yourself as one dish, which one would it be?
Cheese pasta.
It's a pickle, whatever the messy, the home, like, that big pile of fries, that's me.
Love it, love it. So, ladies, it's been absolutely amazing to have the two of you on here. I have to say thank you very, very much for taking the time to be here. I know that you're both super duper busy with projects. Ladies and gents, please give a huge round of applause to Olivera and Courtney. Food is memories. I told you it was a full-on conversation with two formidable foodies. Content, community, and what a whole lot of flavor. That's what the food scene is all about through their lens. Thank you so much to the both of you. It was incredible to have you on. There was so much to take away from this episode. Don't forget to follow the pod, tag us, and make sure you tag everything to do with Time Out Market Dubai, who, by the way, are the sponsors of today's show. So make sure you give them some love. Go and visit them. And can you believe when I see you next week, it's going to be the final ever episode of Season 10. So until next time, food is memories.